Have you ever found yourself emotionally wounded by someone you deeply care about, someone you trusted, opened up to, maybe even loved, and now you're left wondering what to do next? Today, we're diving into how to handle a woman who hurts you, not with revenge, not with silence, but with clarity, strength, and self-respect. And this isn't about blame. It's about boundaries. As Dr. Laura Berman often says, emotional pain is a signal not of weakness, but of something that needs attention and healing. Number 1, acknowledge your pain. We often try to act like we're okay, pushing our emotions aside because we think it makes us strong, but true strength begins with honesty. If you're hurting, allow yourself to feel it. Don't minimize your experience and don't compare your pain to someone else's. What you're feeling is valid. Whether it's sadness, betrayal, disappointment, or anger, it matters. And healing starts when you stop pretending and start listening to your own heart. That doesn't mean you let the pain control you, it means you recognize it, so you can begin to let it go. Number 2, don't react immediately. When someone says or does something that cuts deep, the first instinct is to lash out or to go silent and shut down. But those reactions don't solve anything. In fact, they usually make the situation worse. Instead, take a moment. Step back. Give yourself time to understand what's really going on beneath the surface, your emotions, your triggers, your thoughts. Because when you react in the heat of the moment, you're letting emotion drive the car. But when you pause, breathe, and respond with intention, you're in control. That's how real communication happens. That's how healing begins, not with instant reactions, but with thoughtful, grounded responses. Number 3, identify the pattern. When someone hurts you, it's important to pause and ask, was this a one-time thing, or is this something I've experienced before? Not just from this person, but in other relationships too. Patterns tell the real story. If the hurt is repeating, whether it's broken promises, emotional distance, or feeling like your needs are never heard, it's no longer about a single mistake. It's a cycle, and cycles don't break themselves. You have to notice them first. Maybe you've been making excuses, hoping it'll change. But people show you who they are through consistency, not apologies. And recognizing that truth isn't cold, it's freeing. Because once you see the pattern clearly, you stop blaming yourself and you start protecting your peace. Number 4, avoid labeling her immediately. It's easy to slap a label on someone who's hurt you. Words like toxic or manipulative are thrown around so often they've almost lost meaning, but be careful with labels. They can blind you more than they help you. Not every hurtful action means someone is a bad person. Sometimes people act from their own pain, confusion, or immaturity. That doesn't excuse it, but it does mean we need to stay clear-eyed before passing judgment. Ask yourself, is this behavior a reflection of who she is all the time? Or is it a reaction, a mistake, something deeper going on? Stay objective. Protect yourself, yes, but don't rush to write someone off before you fully understand the situation. Real strength isn't in how quickly you label someone, it's in how calmly and wisely you respond, even when it hurts. Number 5, focus on the action, not the person. When we're hurt, it's easy to make it personal. But if you want real understanding and not just another argument, you need to separate the behavior from the person. Instead of attacking who she is, speak to what she did. Critique the action, not her character. For example, instead of saying, "You're selfish," say, "When that happened, it made me feel ignored. This shift changes everything." It creates space for dialogue instead of defensiveness. Because the moment you attack someone's identity, the walls go up. But when you focus on what actually happened, you leave room for change, for accountability, and maybe even for healing. Number 6, use I statements. The way we express our pain can either open a door or slam it shut. And one of the most powerful tools you can use is simple: speak from your own experience. Say, "I felt hurt when you didn't call back," instead of "You never care about me." It might seem like a small difference, but it changes the entire energy of the conversation. I statements take ownership of your emotions without making the other person feel attacked. They lower defensiveness and open the door to real connection. Because this isn't about winning an argument, it's about being seen, being heard, and giving the other person the chance to actually understand how their actions affected you. That's where growth starts, not in blame, but in honest, respectful expression. Number 7, take time to reflect. When someone's words or actions hurt you, it's natural to feel overwhelmed in the moment, confused, angry, or even numb. But healing and growth come when you pause and look beneath the surface. Ask yourself, why did this affect me so deeply? What part of me is being touched? Maybe a fear, an unmet need, or a boundary that's been crossed. Often, the pain we feel isn't just about the other person's behavior, it's also about how it intersects with our own limits and past experiences. This kind of reflection isn't easy. It requires honesty and courage to sit with your feelings and understand them. But it's also incredibly powerful because when you truly understand why something hurt you, you gain clarity about what you need to protect in the future. It's like discovering the invisible lines that keep your emotional well-being safe. And once you know where those lines are, you can start to stand firm and care for yourself in a new way. Number 8. Set emotional boundaries. Boundaries are often misunderstood as cold walls or shutting people out, but in reality, they are the filters that protect your peace and mental health. Setting boundaries means recognizing that you have the right to decide what you will accept and what you won't. It means saying no when something doesn't feel right, or stepping back when a relationship starts to drain your energy instead of nurturing it. Emotional boundaries give you the power to maintain your self-respect and to create healthier connections with others. They're not about punishment or control, they're about self-care and clarity. When you set boundaries, you're sending a clear message to yourself and to others that your feelings and well-being matter. And that's a vital step in healing from pain, because no one else can protect your heart the way you can. So don't be afraid to draw those lines firmly and kindly, knowing that by doing so, you're honoring your worth and paving the way for healthier, more respectful relationships. Number 9. Don't beg for validation. It's easy to fall into the trap of constantly seeking approval or reassurance from someone who has hurt you, hoping they'll finally see your worth or apologize. But here's the truth. You deserve respect and kindness without having to fight for it. Your value isn't something that needs to be proven or earned through endless explanations or emotional labor. When you find yourself begging for validation, it's a sign that the relationship, or at least this dynamic, is out of balance. Instead of chasing after recognition, focus on affirming yourself. Remind yourself that your feelings are valid. Your needs matter and your boundaries are non-negotiable. Real respect comes naturally in healthy relationships. If you have to beg for it, it's time to rethink where you're investing your energy. Number 10. Ask for clarity. Miscommunication is often the root of pain and misunderstanding in any relationship. When emotions run high, assumptions fill the gaps, leading to hurt feelings and unnecessary conflict. Instead of letting your mind fill in the blanks with worst-case scenarios, choose to ask questions. Say something like, "Can you help me understand what you meant by that?" Or, "I want to be sure I'm hearing you correctly." Asking for clarity shows maturity and a willingness to understand rather than judge. It opens the door to honest dialogue and helps prevent small misunderstandings from turning into deep wounds. Remember, it's better to ask and clear things up than to suffer in silence or assume the worst. Number 11. Watch her response to your honesty. When you share your feelings openly and vulnerably, pay close attention to how she responds. Does she listen and try to understand? Or does she minimize your experience, deflect responsibility, or even blame you for how you feel? These reactions matter a lot because they reveal how much respect and empathy she truly has for you. If she consistently dismisses your honesty, it's a major red flag. It shows a lack of emotional safety in the relationship and can prevent any real healing or growth. Remember, your voice deserves to be heard, and how someone responds to your truth says a lot about their character and the future of your connection. Number 12. Don't justify staying in pain. Sometimes love can feel like a powerful reason to endure hurt and disappointment. But real love should never be used as an excuse to stay in a place that's breaking you down. If a relationship consistently causes more pain than joy, it's important to acknowledge that and give yourself permission to walk away. Staying just because you love someone or because you're afraid of being alone can keep you trapped in a cycle that damages your heart and your sense of self. True love uplifts and supports you. It doesn't drain or destroy you. So honor your own well-being and remember that sometimes letting go is the kindest thing you can do for yourself. Number 13. Trust what you see. Sometimes people say one thing, but their actions tell a very different story. Words can be easy to manipulate or sugarcoat, but actions rarely lie. If her promises don't match up with what she actually does, pay attention. Trusting what you see isn't about being cynical, it's about protecting yourself. Actions reveal true intentions and priorities. When words and actions don't align, it creates confusion and pain. Choosing to believe the actions gives you clarity and helps. You make decisions that honor your well-being. Number 14, stay calm and grounded. When emotions run high, it's easy to get swept away by anger, frustration, or sadness. But your true power lies in how you manage your response. Staying calm and grounded doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means feeling them fully without letting them control your actions. When you respond from a place of calmness, you maintain control, communicate more effectively, and open the door to real resolution. Emotional chaos might feel intense in the moment, but it rarely leads to positive outcomes. Your strength comes from steady presence, clear thinking, and balanced emotions. Number 15, don't try to win. When conflict arises, it's tempting to treat the situation like a competition to prove you're right and come out on top. But this isn't about winning an argument. It's about understanding the truth and protecting your emotional well-being. Trying to win often escalates tension and shuts down honest communication. Instead, focus on listening, expressing your feelings clearly, and seeking resolution. Real strength is in compassion and clarity, not in defeating the other person. Protecting yourself doesn't mean overpowering someone else, it means standing firm in your truth with respect and grace. Number 16, know when to walk away. Sometimes, despite all your efforts, the hurt keeps coming and accountability is missing. If she consistently causes pain and refuses to take responsibility for her actions, it's important to recognize when the relationship is no longer healthy. Walking away isn't a failure, it's an act of self-respect. Distance can give you the space you need to heal, grow, and find peace. It's okay to prioritize your well-being over staying in a situation that breaks you down. Remember, you deserve relationships that lift you up, not ones that tear you apart. Number 17, forgive for yourself. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It's not about saying that what happened was okay or that the pain you experienced doesn't matter. It's not about forgetting or pretending the hurt never existed. Instead, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a way to unshackle your heart from the heavy burden of anger, resentment, or bitterness. When you hold on to those feelings, they don't hurt the other person as much as they hurt you. They keep you tied to the past and prevent you from moving forward. Forgiving doesn't mean you're condoning the behavior or inviting it to happen again. It means you're choosing to free yourself from the emotional prison that pain can create. You're reclaiming your peace and taking back control of your life. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-love and healing, a step toward inner freedom that no one can take away from you. Number 18, focus on healing, not revenge. When someone has hurt you deeply, it's natural to feel a desire for revenge, to want to get even or cause the other person to feel the same pain. But that path only leads to more suffering for both of you. Revenge is like pouring fuel on a fire. It keeps the cycle of hurt burning instead of allowing it to die down. True healing comes from turning inward, focusing on your own growth, and nurturing your well-being. It means choosing peace over chaos, compassion over anger, and strength over retaliation. Healing is a journey that requires patience, self-awareness, and courage. It's about learning from the pain and using it as a catalyst to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. When you focus on healing rather than revenge, you break the cycle of hurt, open yourself to healthier relationships, and create a future where peace and happiness are possible. Your power lies not in causing pain, but in rising above it. Number 19, rebuild your self-worth. Pain can feel like it's tearing you down, but it doesn't have to define you. Instead, use the experience as fuel to grow stronger and wiser. This moment isn't your ending, it's your reset. When you rebuild your self-worth, you're reclaiming your identity beyond the hurt. You're reminding yourself that your value isn't tied to someone else's actions or words. It's built from within, from your resilience, your courage, and your willingness to keep moving forward. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every small step you take toward loving and believing in yourself is a victory. Trust that through this process, you're becoming the best version of yourself. Number 20, learn the lesson, then let go. Every painful experience carries a message, even if it's hard to see at first. Maybe it's about setting clear boundaries, recognizing red flags, or understanding what you truly need in a relationship. Take the wisdom that the hurt has given you and hold on to it. But also learn to let go of the pain itself, the anger, the regret, the sadness that weighs heavy on your heart. Holding on to that only keeps you stuck. Letting go is not forgetting. It's choosing peace over pain and freedom over resentment. By learning the lesson and releasing what no longer serves, you make space for healing, growth, and new beginnings. If you've been hurt, remember your pain has a purpose. It's calling you to grow, to protect your peace, and to never settle for less than you deserve. You don't have to stay in the storm to prove your love. You're allowed to choose healing over chaos. If this message helped you gain clarity, consider subscribing, sharing your thoughts in the comments, or simply taking a quiet moment to reflect. You are worthy of love that doesn't hurt. Thanks for watching and take care of your heart.